Hey everyone, it's another cast. In the top right, give it up for the blue Terran Liquid Quam. In the bottom left, as the red Terran, it's Hero Marine. Oh man, it's been a heck of a day. I've been like shift sleeping. The hot water went out. I'm still doing this 30 days of casting. I'm really energized to do it, but man, has it been just a bang up 24 hours. You know what? There's gonna be like 3 people that see this on YouTube, so it's okay. Yeah, my landlord shut off the hot water, and I did not have a shower. I had exercised, and I was feeling super gross. So that's why today's cast is super late. It's gonna be a stretch to even call this day 10, but god damn it, we're gonna catch up today. I promised myself I'd do this, and I'm gonna do it, and, well, as the seconds tick by on this clock, I'm feeling more and more comfortable, more and more happy to be sitting here casting StarCraft. Hero Marine, sending out an SCV. So, this is the grand finals of the ESL Open, number 91. I think this is the first TVT I've casted in the series, I believe. It's been a while since I've casted any TVT. I cast unlimited amounts of Protoss as an online tournament caster who, you know, often bumps into the mid-range of professional players. I'm sure this is going to be an awesome Terran vs. Terran. The Reaper trolls away at the top of the ramp. Clem is going to move forward. Is he though? No, he's just scouting for proxies, making sure everything's a-okay. Clem just dropped the second CC of his own, grabbing a reactor, getting out Hellions, getting out additional Reapers. So it looks like our blue Terran is going to be playing more aggressively than Hero Marine. Hero Marine opting for the earlier command center Clem, opting for the earlier factory, and yeah, it's gonna be macro versus aggression. Which will prevail? (1-1-1) showing for both players. Start off. Cyclone next to a Hero Marine, and you know what? That's going to work out very well for him. Clem's not even on the mood, so this Cyclone should be popped before Clem arrives or shortly after. And that's going to make the hold pretty clean for Hero Marine, I think. Clem pokes in, but I mean, he's trading pretty efficiently. Hero Marine's medevac kind of caught out. Clem rushing home to defend, and should arrive there before Hero Marine. Hero Marine's gonna drop the Cyclone and try to snipe a Reaper, and will be successful. Yeah, I can't say that I've seen that micro battle before. That was super weird. Drop Cyclone versus Mass Reaper. I'm still worried about an attack, it looks like. splitting his units all over the place to make sure a lot of ground is covered. Hero Marine, though, doesn't look like he's opting for that attack, at least not right away. Scouting Reaper is cut down, and here we go. It's going to be a 6 Marine drop, maybe. Okay, he's just repositioning to the far side of the map, so he avoids scouting potentially. Clem getting up double gas. Couple more racks going down, and yeah, Clem should be able to hold off this drop, no problem whatsoever. I think Hero Marine's rethinking his idea to drop in the first place. I don't know if this is too well thought out. Oh, yeah, I don't know what this is accomplishing. There's too much to defend for Clem. Scan from Hero Marine does see the 3rd moving out, and maybe that's the plan, to strike as Clem's kind of stretching his forces thin, right? You don't have the economy kicked off from the 3rd base just yet, meaning it hasn't translated into army supply to defend said base. Clem's actually going to be the first to move in, and the Reapers take their revenge on the Cyclones to lose one of their number. Reaper grenade. Dude, Reaper grenades, hot take, should not be able to pop back tanks. That's so ridiculous. Ooh. Okay, well, I thought they were going to get a couple SCV kills, but several shots go into the supply depot instead. You know what? They might just get a few kills yet. They will. I love the injured Reaper positioned back in the corner. That has to be intentional. And 4 SCVs will be traded out for this kind of... It's not useless army supply, but weaker army supply for this stage of the game. Both players, though, come out for the first 7 minutes pretty even. They're on pretty even ground. Equal amount of workers, equal amount of army supply. Hero Marine blows up a medevac, splits it off for an attack, and it looks like he will not be pushing with the rest of his army, just moving to claim the Xel'Naga. 2 Marine sent instead of 1, just in case there's a battle, like we're seeing up at the top. Medevac drops off at the Xel'Naga, and it might just be here to claim it. Might not actually push in, although... Whoa! Yeah, it's not a fight. These guys can take... Wait! They're gonna pick off a whole tank and force an auto turret and get away! Okay, that turned out to be a great play from Hero Marine, even with the loss of the medevac. That was huge. Clem's tank count reduced from 6 to 5. Only 4 of those tanks at the front. Hero Marine looking like he's in a really good position. Hero Marine. Pokes in, Clem repels him. This is a really powerful tank position in the vision blockers next to the Xel'Naga. That's really hard to engage there as Hero Marine. Clem claims the army supply lead. However, that's mostly because Hero Marine, well, 1 walked into the tank, but 2 has been investing in upgrades. +2 is going to be well on the way for close to completion for Hero Marine in a bit, as Clem tries to deliver a mighty blow. Rising pretty far forward, but they are going to be able to snipe on its way as well. Here comes the ground army from Hero Marines. Loading up the medevacs just absolutely everywhere. Gonna drop on these tanks probably. Yep, that's exactly what he's gonna do. In the meantime, 2 more medevacs split off for the main as the tanks continue shelling this third. Hero Marines caught off guard. Infantry is now in on his production. They're focusing different targets, so not actually connecting kills, but they will get an add-on, move into the mineral line. 9 SCVs going down so far. The third still under fire of Vikings, patrolling the air for our Blue Terran. Hero Marine falling far behind in economy, down 50. Army supply does drop on the tanks. That's a nice blow against Clem, but not even close to cleaning up all the forces here on offer. Hero Marines reinforcements streaming out of the main. Clem is not going for the contain. Almost snipes some of the medevacs, but doesn't quite grasp the opportunity. Hero Marine pushes out and begins engaging, but this tank absorbing a lot of damage from Clem, and he will trade pretty effectively. The third forced to lift for Hero Marine. Vikings are going to pick off that orbital. The fourth base under attack by a couple Marines, and they're picking up orbitals too. 60 warriors and all die. GG. A blitzkrieg offensive from Clem, taking map number 1. So Clem taking game number 1 with a lightning offensive. And boy, was it a strong one. Boy, was it a very, very, very strong one. It seemed like Clem was everywhere. Like, everywhere you look, there was Clem. There's Clem tanks. It's like the Clem Emporium of TVT attacks. Clem tanks shelling the third base. Clem Marines in the main of Hero Marine. Clem Marines at the fourth of Hero Marine. Clem Marines in the natural. Clem Marines sniping your reinforcements. So, Hero Marine's strategy to invest in upgrades not panning out. He sunk a lot of money into Tutu, as well as vehicle weapons. And those upgrades did not hit until Hero Marine had already lost 2/3 of his army. So didn't provide him with an advantage, and Clem was able to translate his greater military unit count into a victory. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how YouTube versus live casting, like, I just reviewed the other game, right? During a live cast, I would usually do that because if I'm changing the stream title and people are just tuning in and they tune in late to game number 1, first of all, I need everything I can to fill the first 3 minutes of a macro game before any kind of action takes off. Secondly, like, the whole audience might not have seen game number 1, right? YouTube, you guys just saw it happen, and then immediately I gave you a rundown. So, do I still do that? Do I, like, I guess there's value there that I'm condensing what happened and analyzing it after the fact, but yeah, I'm not sure. I think I need to just kind of make a decision or ask a better caster than I am what to do in that situation. I'm kind of hiding his factory. This is a little sus. This is a little bit sus. I'm not sure why it's so hidden. It's later than Hero Marines, for sure. This is a reversal of builds, right? So last game we saw Clem with the earlier factory, later second command center. This time it's going to be Hero Marine going for the early factory, later season. So Hero Marine should be our attacker. Out go the Reapers. Down the ramp, drive the Hellions. About to face some pressure. Ran in the bunker. And I'm getting a cycle, and this is literally the reverse of game number 1. Literally, like, exactly the reverse of game number 1. Okay, not literally. There's a lot more Marines. A lot fewer Hellions for Clem than we saw for Hero game 1, but close enough. Another key difference here is Hero Marine is not getting worker kills. Scared. He's afraid of a single Marine in a bunker. Very sad. Cyclone starts to move out. I don't think 3 Reapers are enough to deal with this. 2 Reapers most certainly are not. Hero Marine taking small losses, but will be shuttling forward. Cyclone of his own, as well as a couple Marines and a medevac to spot for said Cyclone. Get some of that 6-6 lock on going. Five SCVs have died, but Hero Marine, I think, lost way too much army supply to make that happen. 800 minerals, 350 gas to 550 for Clem. Yeah, it's not a very good attack. Worker count even for both players. Clem ahead in military, obviously traded better. And we're going to see a Clem move out here, actually. Going on the attack, Hero Marine. No bunker at the front. Some Marines and a lone tank to defend. Clem's Raven should be able to deal with said tank in short order. Hero Marine with a defensive Raven, well, 2 defensive Ravens. Yeah, it's gonna come down to spell casting to damage Hero Marine. Big Gabe finishing a big 3rd season. Clem making the 2 base play. Interesting angle of attack. Tank sieged on the low ground. Auto turrets on the high ground. Take care of, well, the high ground tank, but now no longer have spells to deal with the low ground tank. Hands go down on both sides. I think maybe Clem hoping for a Cyclone lock on to take this tank down. Are inching their way forward. The battle of positioning. Clem is bringing forward precious reinforcements. Putting a tank and a couple of Marines at home. If you're a Marine out. Vikings to the front, but to see if it still go off on the low ground tanks. You're a Marine intercepting and doing so pretty well to start. The Vikings come in, clean out. Your Marine definitely still has enough to clean this up though. Clem back. Hero Marine finally take his 3rd base. Despite starting his earlier, Clem able to get is actually out to the location well before Hero Marine. Now, it was very costly for Hero Marine. The worker count is pretty close. However, the army supply count did not go in Hero Marine's favor for the battle overall. Sim, +1, armor and weapons. Next upgrades of choice for Hero Marine. I'm grabbing armor and combat shields. Clem. Is slowly pushing out to take map control. Splitting his unit, getting up his radar tower, etc., etc. Here, Marine. Not quite done with his radar tower just yet. He'll be here pretty soon. Okay, Hero Marine making his first map control. Scouts. Intercept the Marine push. And make it out alive. That was a brave Marine. Most of the death animations in the game are uber cool, and every once in a while they just... Clem. Getting ready to set up defenses. Is he though? Oh, no. Double drop. Moves out. Green, out of vision range. Q2 in development for both players. Dropping in the main of Hero Marine. Cleans up 4 SCVs. Hey, when you don't lose anything, you'll take that. 4 SCVs for nothing? That's pretty baller. Vikings pick off a medevac. Stable on a forward tank. Allows Clem to pick it off. They'll lose one in return. Lib shuts down mining at the fort, and this is looking like another chaotic 3-prong from Clem. Liberator cleaned up, but I'm sure Clem's going to keep opening new fronts against Hero Marine. I don't think the siege is ending unless Hero Marine can clean it up. I think from here to the end of the game, it's just going to be Clem aggression. Unless, of course, Clem loses all his units. Clem. Dropping at the fort's DC, but not accomplishing very much. Main army is still pretty unassailable. Like, Clem just owns all this territory. Nothing you can do about it with the Vikings flying over. Okay, I guess you can do this. If Clem's gonna leave his army out of position, this is the best chance Hero Marine has. He is pouncing on it. The rest of the tanks are not firing. Oh my god, Hero Marine pushes out. He cleans up everything Clem has. And you know, I did add a caveat. I said, this is going to be relentless Clem sieging unless Hero Marine kills all the units. Clem is desperately trying to attack at the third base. And, opening up a couple SCVs. Vikings. Nuke the CC. Planetary Fortress going up at Clem's new fort. And Doom Drop heading into his main. Well, I don't know if this is a Doom drop. I might be exaggerating slightly, but it will take out some production nonetheless. Very nice. Oh man, Clem is taking a beating right now. Multiple barracks falling. The starport's going to go down. And Hero Marine not losing very much in return. Most of the Marines are alive. Clem's going to move to the low ground and try to take out the tanks, I think. But it's going to be hard with these Vikings flying overhead. Clem's rebuilding production over at the top left corner, but this is not good at all for Red Terran. Liberator sieging up, forcing his army out of position. It looks like Clem, for the most part, is just abandoning his main. He's like, all right, whatever defenses you guys in the base can get out, that's what you have. Good luck. Oh, wait, the Viking Cloud is shredded for both players. Hero Marine hitting in the top left corner, taking down the command center. But Clem is staying in this game. Clem taking out the tanks of Hero Marine that were sitting on the low grounds. But yeah, no, Clem's in trouble. Let's check the... Remember, all the fresh production was up here. So, Clem down to 3 barracks, 3 starport, 2 factory. Up against 4 starport, 5 racks. Double factory. May not sound like much, but it's pretty big. It's a pretty big difference. Clem making 3 more racks. Oh no, he's engaging Hero Marine on high ground. An anti-armor missile will force him away. Clem, not even... Oh, yeah, he's going to be supply blocked from the loss of that depot. This is just a desperate attack from Clem to try and deal some damage, to try and even things up. He's behind in almost every metric right now. Okay, he's going to at least get ahead in workers. Clean up the gas. Maybe even kill off the command center. No, he's not focusing the CC, so Hero Marine's going to be able to hold. A 5-base Hero Marine against a 4-base Clem. Okay, anti-armor missile does go off. The tank line is melting. It's gone. Hero Marine pursuing, gunning down a medevac. Clem will hold with his Marines, but it's... this is so in Hero Marine's favor. Hero Marine taking the bottom right corner. Base with that has taken the half of the map. Ooh, nice gun downs on the tanks. Disables on the high ground. Clem though, and that's really bad because the Marines don't have anywhere to retreat. Okay, reinforcement will hold the ground for a couple seconds, but Clem is totally cleaned up. Hero Marine does not need to push out and kill Clem. The other way around. Clem needs to push out and kill Hero Marine. He's going to run a Marine in that will ultimately lose the battle with his planetary fortress eventually, but for now it is going to deal what damage it can. Very intentional stim on that Marine from Clem. I'm not even bothering to put reactors on these barracks, just pumping them out one at a time. Hero Marine. Bill is getting to take the top left corner, even though that would probably be the safest position he could take. Okay, there goes down a fresh barracks, or excuse me, a fresh, I'm sure it is meant to move into that top left corner. But the mine out is super real. It's super real right now for Clem. And unless he does take the top left corner, it's going to hit him very hard. Hero Marine has hit max out once again and will begin to start building a bank. Upgrades had to be cut for Clem. He does not have +3 attack on the way, but he had to get it super late. He does have a vehicle attack advantage, but basically in TVT, what you're talking about with the vehicle attack is how much damage the splash from tanks does against Marines. Hero Marine coming in like a Zerg to surround and eliminate this token force of Clem. Season taking out the tanks. Most of the Marines making out the medevacs, and this is an orbital, not a planetary. It's going to fall super fast. And some critical mining. It's going down for Clem. No, he pulls the SCVs into battle. He's going for an all-out attack on Hero Marine. He wants to get the kill on this army and then go counter across the map. Hero Marine killed off 24 SCVs. This is almost a totally all-in situation for Clem. He's down to 44 SCVs and not that many orbitals. Hero Marine down in army supply, but not by a lot. The anti-armor missile wears off. Plenty of the beefy units, the medevacs, the Ravens, energized, still in the air. Only 2 Vikings at the front here for Clem. None in production. One of them falls. Sables on the tanks are so real. Auto turrets picking them off. GG. Hero Marine evens the score 1-1. So, game number 1. Starting off with a blitzkrieg from Clem, winning the victory. Game number 2 with an incredible hold from Hero Marine against the mass siege of Clem, and a major pushback across the map until Clem folded. Clem launching one last desperate attack, easily cleaned up by Big Gabe. So at the time this match was played, hundreds of dollars were on the line, as well as not insignificant amount ESL Pro Tour points. These guys had played for about 4.5 hours up to this point, and you know, always incredible. Like, you don't realize how much energy it takes to play in tournaments until you play in tournaments. Like, go for 3+ hours StarCraft with no ability to take a break longer than 10 minutes. It can be brutal. Oh, Clem going for the proxy Rax. One at home, so this is looking like maybe a 3 Rax play potentially here. You have gases both being taken, so very likely play, but Marauders could be. Number 1 started up. You know what? On second thought, closer reflection, it might just be 2 Rax Reaper. Hero Marine has not gone to scouting whatsoever. Not care. And is also opening 2 Rax Reaper. So this is a bit of a meme. One of our players proxied, the other didn't. I don't know how this goes. Ooh, okay, so Clem doing something interesting here, pulling the SCV. This is very likely to absorb shots from Hero Marine's defending units so that he can win in an even fight. But Hero Marine intercepts! Clem loses the first Reaper, loses the SCV. This is disastrous! Oh man, Hero Marine's gonna spawn camp the barracks. Clem should instantly lose the Reaper once it pops. And these guys will still do surprising amounts of damage against the Rax as well. It looks like Clem is going to pull up the ramp just as this Reaper finishes, and you know what? He will defend. That was the singular play he could make to save his play, and you know what? He did it. He pulled it off. He was successful. Aliens popping out for both players. But now Hero Marine has the numerical advantage. Clem's trying to bait Hero Marine away from the proxy. This barracks is going to be lit on fire so quickly. One Reaper blown up. Hero Marine winning this fight with flying colors. The Reaper grenades are okay for Clem, but it's overwhelmingly in Hero Marine's favor. Another Reaper, and another one, and another one. The final Hellion is going to do its best to fight, but will lose in a battle with these two Reapers. One more should make it out of this barracks before it burns down. Second one should not. This bunker will not finish, at least not while being constructed. No, it's just simply not going to finish. And a delay on the second command center. Oh my god, Hero Marine's out of control. Clem. Clem is just getting eviscerated. Like, this is what? Oh my god, the target firing on the low health units from Hero Marine is breaking through. And it's just savagery. Absolute barbarism. The Red Terran already well into producing his orbital. He's off to an incredibly strong start this game. Up a few workers. Now ahead in army supply as well. Marine pulls back for the repair, and I think Clem is not going to be able to make a play happen. Yeah, he's got to run home to defend. He saw this move out. Like, well, I don't think 3 Marines can hold it. Out from the vision blockers pops Hero Marine, and a Cyclone comes in. The Reaper goes down. Oh my god, dude, Hero Marine's just off the chain this game. What even? A Banshee play is next up for Clem. The first one hitting the field, second one entering production. Cloak on the way. Magfield accelerators for the Cyclone. Stim finishing up for Hero Marine. Blows up a Reaper. But yeah, unless Clem can make an epic Banshee play, like an epic one, against a Raven, against 2 Ravens even, it's turning up Hero Marine for sure. Like Clem's going to push the front as he hits in. Well, I assume it's the main. Raven's pulled a low ground. Okay, being the main vulnerable. Marine with early scouting will cost Cyclone. I'm just trying to bait Hero Marine far away from home so the Banshees can make a play. Banshee 1, here comes Banshee 2, no missile threats in the line, and the SCV will begin to fall. Hero Marine is taking the walk back home. Nope, he changes his mind. He's just going to attack. And this is looking like exactly the play that Clem needed to get back in this game. So many workers have died. Hero Marine put into a position where he needs to play aggressively. Now, he's not necessarily all in just yet, but it's getting close to that territory. This tank on the ramp, very dangerous. However, it looks like Hero Marine's going to be able to force a lift on the second CC, denying a lot of mining for Clem and giving him a time to heal from the Banshee play. No, Gabe was in such control of this game. I said the one way Gabe loses this, right? If the Banshee play goes really well for Clem, and it looks like the Banshee play went well for Clem. 1-1 hitting at like the same tenth of a second. Incredible. For Clem. Hero Marine. Readying another attack. Is now economically behind. He was ahead for the vast majority of this game. Going to be a climactic battle. Hero Marine slightly ahead in army supply, but of course Clem has defender's advantage. Going to come down to Raven spells. Disables go off on the forward blue tank. Auto turrets are overrun, and the tank line has collapsed for Clem. Clem forced to lift the third CC, and will lose it very likely. Wait, he pulls the SCVs into the meat grinder to try and save the command center. He will be successful. Hero Marine taking the work lead for the first time in about 2.5 minutes. Vikings starting to pick off the defenseless air units of Clem. Clem can't pull his Marines into the tank fire. Hero Marine, big wave of reinforcements. Roughly 20 seconds out. Big drop in the main. Gonna go right in after the tanks. One tank holds, the other one hangs strong for a little while longer, but not enough to deal significant damage. GG! Hero Marine takes the lead 2-1 against Clem. Game number 4. Hero Marine in the lead 2-1. Clem with a mixed bag of builds. Curious to see what pops out this time. Dude, poor Rax Reaper, and not in the way you'd expect last game, led to quite a unique scenario. Hero Marine. As is Clem. There's our first Rax down slightly earlier for Hero Marine. Clem maybe a tad upset about that last game. Double refinery up for Clem, double refinery up for Hero Marine. Both players prepping to move into factory for standard play, one can assume. Romanticide, kind of a weird one to attack your opponent's third on. This ramp makes things difficult. So oftentimes, what we'll see is an attack on the fort. Wait till your opponent has their fort before you start to push in. This location, a little bit less defensible. Have your opponent be coming in from high ground, multiple angles of attack, the rocks can be cleared up, etc. This is a pretty impenetrable cliff base for the defending Terran. Oftentimes, you'll see Terrans double prom, up into the natural and up into the third at the same time. Huh. This guy going. Could it be a proxy starport? Are we gonna see... Oh yeah, baby. So my best guess right now going to be Hellions. Yeah, factory moving. Binary for Clem. Hellions will be double pumped. Go to urgent medevac, or could see a liberator from the proxy starport. Back to airlift these bad boys. That clad finish. Clem. Start up stim eventually, whenever he wants to, whenever he gets around to it, whenever he feels like it. Will be a medevac from the starport supply block, preventing it from coming out for a little while. That's an uncharacteristic mistake from Clem. I do not think that supply block was intentional whatsoever. Hero Marine going to the attack, and Clem with precious little to defend. Oh, no, no, no. He's going to lose a Reaper right away. This is disaster for Clem. Second CC is going to be delayed for quite a while. Yeah, Clem's got to wait for these additional 2 Hellions. He's going to take a ton of damage on the command center, which means he'll be forced to either repair or just, well, have it softened up for later. Finally, the SCV continues building, but not before Hero Marine's halfway done with his orbital. Clem, ready to make his own attack. Load into the medevac has occurred. Hero Marine is out of position to deal with it, but isn't too far away from home just yet. Raven and the tank, as well as a couple Marines, are popping in the main to help hold this. But they're not out yet! Oh my god! Clem hits the mineral line. 3 of 5 SCVs dead so far. Cyclone will take out the medevac. It's gone. 6 SCVs, 8. Clem gets deflected at the front, but I don't know. That's a tough one. So a medevac and 4 Hellions trading out for 8 SCVs. I don't think it was worth it for Clem. I mean, you see that worker kill count start climbing so rapidly, and it's easy to get excited. It's easy. Oh my god, Clem, he's destroying Hero Marine. Hero Marine's dead. Then you remember that Clem had his second command center delayed. Clem is not going to be able to produce this Raven. He's possibly going to lose the starport. It's unlikely, but he at least loses the tech lab. The starport is forced to retreat into a corner. The Raven is not produced. He's going to lose a ton of hit points. A critical tech building under threat for Clem. He traded out the units, and for a 6 worker lead, he really better make that 6 worker lead pay off. And it better pay off quick, because Hero Marine has a pretty big army supply advantage, about 20% bigger armor than Clem. Hero Marine going for a 3rd as well. Ooh, okay, well, 1/2 of Hero Marine's army is kind of takes a beating. He's gonna have to come in from both sides at exactly the same time. He wants to take this. The scan goes down. Disables on the tanks are almost sure to happen, but the right flank hits well before the left. It's not going to be disables. It's going to be auto turrets instead. It does still do the job of cleaning up the initial tanks. Now there's nothing left to deal with his 3rd tank. And Clem is unable to close into the natural. So, excuse me, Hero Marine is unable to close into Clem's natural. The Vikings are baited by the Raven. They fly over the Marines. They don't get the kill on the Raven. And Clem is about to fall behind again as Hero Marine finishes the 3rd command center. Slowly floats the location. Hero Marine is going to be facing an all-out attack from Clem, but it has been scouted. He has time to prep. He has time to position. First tank deployed by Hero Marine. He's not going to hold the high ground. He's going to sit farther back around the 3rd. Natural's kind of wide open here. Clem. Moving in on the left. It's pretty much pure tank Viking. Almost pure tank Viking. But those are really hard to attack with on their own. Oh, Clem's winning this fight so hard. The anti-armor missile's so good for a red Terran. Excuse me, Hero Marine winning this fight so well. I don't know why I keep calling Hero Marine Clem. There could be no two more different names. Hero Marine. Moving out, but take some map control. Nah, he's not gonna. And he has gained the economic lead. Like I said, this third base moving out was going to tip the scales back in Hero Marine's favor, not fully saturating the second gas down here, but that's alright. So, Clem moving into double armory. Upgrades, all in favor of Hero Marine. That said, Clem's meching, so it's less important. It probably would be really nice for him to have some ship weapons for his Vikings, but then again, he can always just have more mech units, right? Hero Marine uniting the tribes. He approaches max out, 30 supply away. Fourth location already being long distance mined from as the command center will float the location, likely to become a planetary. We talked about how much more vulnerable the fourth bases are than the thirds on this map. Clem pulls to defend the fourth. Scouting supply depot under attack, but is Hero Marine going to catch Clem out of position? I think the answer is yes, question mark? I don't know. Is Clem going to be able to pull back in time? Yeah, he'll be able to pull back in time. Hero Marine has the numerical advantage, but he's also playing Bio, so this could theoretically be weaker. I don't think they will be, though. We go. Hero Marine stimming down the Vikings. They do land, but not before 4 of them die. Tanks down, Hellions down. Vikings do clean up the ground, go after the medevacs, but the tank line's being eviscerated at the third. Fresh CC is killed off, not canceled. Clem defends, but he pulls the SCVs into the attack on accident, I think. I think they were meant to repair the Vikings, but instead just went to attack the tank line. Maybe it was calculated to give the Vikings time to land, but not sure. 23 SCVs have fallen to the being camera card. It doesn't have a lot of good options to land on these tanks. I mean, what he's got to do, right? Land on the tanks, but there's Marauders sitting right there, Marines still sitting there. Tanks on siege. And that will allow the third to land again. Hero Marine trying to see if he can find an angle on the third. Not able to do so. Over 30 workers dead. Hero Marine almost maxed out again. Hitting up the remax. You know what? I'm not even close. Clem is hemorrhaging. He's hurting for money, not hemorrhaging money. He can't really lose money in the game of StarCraft, but yeah, he's hurting for cash for sure. Hero Marine splits off, outs, and that will pay dividends for him. Viking Cloud show themselves. Like that. Exactly like that. Hero Marine actually not repositioning his army. He saw this coming in. Did not notice? Scans go down on both sides, and it looks like Hero Marine will respond okay amount of time. Hero Marine loses an orbital, but is still doing okay here, actually. Liberation Zone set up. They will be able to pick off a tank and force back the rest. Oh my god, the bio comes in. Tanks are melting, but there's still 3 holding, and they will kill a lot with their shells. It's not enough. Hero Marine takes the 3-1 win.